I gotta have faith. I gotta have faith. Because I got to have faith. I got to have faith. Baby, I know you're asking me to stay. Say please, please, please don't go away. You see I'm giving you the blues. Baby, you mean every word you say. I can't help but think of yesterday. And another who tied me down to lovable rules. Before this river, here comes an ocean. Before you throw my heart back on the floor. Oh, baby, I reconsider my foolish notion. Well, I need someone to hold me, but I wait for something more. Yes, I gotta have faith. I gotta have faith. Because I gotta have faith. I gotta have faith. Cause I gotta have faith. I gotta have faith. Because I gotta have faith. I gotta have faith.
Ladies and gentlemen, your hosts for tonight's show, radio and television personalities, Alison MacLeod and David Hall.
Lovely to be back with you after a 5-year rest. Do you know, it's wonderful, this new party, what's it called? The GSL, the Gibraltar Super Luxury Party. It's nice to be flavour of the month again after 5 years. Let me just tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that the programme tonight is being promoted by the Gibraltar Tourist Office. It's been co-sponsored by the Gibraltar Tourist Office and Pegasus, and it has been organised by Merlin Productions. And with that in mind, I've got some rather special news which is going to make news on television tonight. This is Newswatch. Hello, I'm John Susan. Gibraltar Homes, a consortium of 3 Gibraltarian companies, Pegasus, Benpar and Jabanco, have donated a flat worth £40,000 at Montague Bastion Project to be raffled. All proceeds from this are going to be given to the Calpe House Fund. It's expected that £200,000 is going to be raised from that. And the latest news on the telephone seconds ago, a cheque for £1,500 has been jointly given to the Calpe House Fund by the Gibraltar Tourist Office and Merlin Productions. I got fed up with the Bicotella, so I've got my Durong cover on tonight. We've got some rather special people sitting in the chicken run.
Thank you, David. Now it's my pleasure. my special pleasure to introduce you the 5 people who have the very difficult task of selecting one of the lovely 18 ladies we have here this evening. Firstly, judge number 1 and our chairperson, Michael Somerton, who started the dance group Hot Gossip. He's the manager of Sunita and also works with the Beverly Sisters.
And judge number 2, we're delighted to welcome you, Sally Williams, wife of Mel, our own Mel. Mel Williams founded a charity, Kids for Kids, which is very well supported in Gibraltar. Welcome.
Judge number 3, Martine Alberola, who's an ex-Miss Saint-Tropez, ex-Miss Montreal and Miss Fungarola.
Qué bonita eres, hija.
Not a bad start.
Judge number 4, Bob Gold. Welcome to Gibraltar. He's a London agent for groups which young people in the audience and not so young people in the audience will know. Simply Red, Eurythmics and Chris Rea.
And finally, judge number 5 is Wilfred Sherman, a well-known racehorse owner who's heavily involved in variety club charities.
For weeks, they've been rehearsing to bring you Miss Gibraltar 1988 tonight, the 10th of September. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure for you to enjoy as much as I've enjoyed, along with Alison, working with them, the 18 young hopefuls, one of whom will be winging her way to London to represent Gibraltar in the Miss World Contest 1988. Ladies and gentlemen, your 18 contestants. Young ladies, the stage is yours.
professional nanny.
Good evening, my name is Tatiana Desoiza and I'm a 23-year-old marketing consultant.
Good evening, my name is Caroline Wandnon and I'm a 22-year-old dental nurse.
and I work as a lab technician.
absolutely amazing. Have you ever seen 18 more lovely girls in your life?
Never.
Beautiful. We were told to chatter a bit by the producer now, weren't we?
It's lovely to have a nice clean stage for the
Isn't
first
it?
time in weeks and weeks. It's been covered in sawdust. It's been filthy.
Well, you know, Mario Finlayson and Richard Gomila designed this wonderful set. Will you give the cricket something, yes. Un poquito tomate rodillo. It was covered in sawdust, and she really thought that you'd fallen into an extra large lucky dip, didn't you?
No, it wasn't that. It's just that I don't normally associate piles of sawdust with drips of water. It's something else, and I didn't relish the thought of dragging my heels through it.
Mind you, we're going to get our own back, aren't we? Because all those sitting under drips, I'm sorry.
They're associated with the Public Works Department. All the public work personnel are sitting in the seats with the drips tonight.
We've made sure of that, so Public Works.
You can give your complaints in the little red box at the top, tear off the back page of your programs and let your emotions unwind.
Wonderful.
Oops.
Yes, you're dripping,
You can
dear.
talk to them while I read
No,
you my microphone, which has just fallen off the
she's
back of my
dripping.
desk.
Look, just look at that.
Must
Not
be
with
public work.
diamonds, it's water. Look.
It must be public work.
Is that a stalactite between your legs, madam?
I'm disassociating myself from you, you
Oh,
know.
no, Ali,
Along
please
with the
don't.
rest of GBC.
Yes, we'll talk about GBC. There are sick bags on the back of all the chairs for you, just in case you're totally underwhelmed later on this
I'm
evening.
with you, boys, don't
But it's
worry.
time for us to, once again, invite those 18 lovely ladies to join us on stage for another glimpse at those hopefuls.
Ladies, can we have you on the stage once again, please? Very special entertainment for you. Firstly, Gibraltar's own Turnout Academy of Dance with Night and Day, followed by Daniele with a mime from La Commedia, all the way from sunny Marbella. Then Turnout returned to the stage with top hat, white tie and tails.
Do you think they'd let us join in?
Definitely not.
Oh, I'm just going to get the microphone. Oh, hang on, I'll get the microphone. Should we try?
You've been practicing?
I have. She's been practicing as well. Hurry up, come on. Quick. Come on. Quick. Please.
Like the beat of the tom-tom when the jungle shadows fall. Like the tick-tick-tock of a stately clock as it stands against the wall. Like the drip of the raindrops when the summer shower is through. So a voice within me keeps repeating you, night and day. You are the one, only you beneath the moon and under the sun. Whether near to me or far, it's no matter, darling, where you are. I think of you night and day and night. Why is it so that this longing for you follows wherever I go?
silence of my lonely room, I think of you night and day, night and day, under the hide of me. There's an oh, such a hungry yearning burning inside of me. And its torment won't be through till you let me spend my life making love to you day and night, night and day, night and day, under the hide of me. There's an oh, such a hungry yearning burning inside of me, and its torment won't be through till you let me spend my life making love to you day and night, night and day.
monkeys. There was the Neanderthal man, and then human being has evolved. This is a short sketch about the two.
all the songs I've done, I think perhaps this next one has been the nearest thing to a trademark. I'm particularly fond of this old fella, and when Irving Berlin wrote it for me, I, of course, found it a real inspiration. Top hat, white tie, and tails. I just got an invitation through the mail. The president's requested this evening's form, top hat, white tie, and tails. Nothing now could take the wind out of my sails. Because I'm invited to step out to see the top hat, white tie, and tails. Oh, I'm putting on the top hat, tying up the white tie, brushing on the tails. I'm doing up my shirt front, putting in the shirt studs, polishing my nails. I'm stepping out, my dear, to breathe an atmosphere that simply reeks with class. And I trust that you'll excuse my dust when I step on the gas. For I'll be there, putting down my top hat, mussing up a white tie, dancing in my tails. Putting on my top hat, tying up a white tie, brushing off my tails. Yeah, I'm duding up my shirt front, putting in the shirt studs, polishing my nails. I'm stepping out, my dear, to breathe an atmosphere that simply reeks with class. And I trust that you'll excuse my dust when I step on the gas. For I'll be there, putting down my top hat, mussing up my white tie, and dancing in my tails.
They've gone. We've been rehearsing for hours.
Well,
It's not fair, you know.
The truth is, David has been rehearsing very hard. He's prepared a song and a dance, and for a small sum, I promise to prevent him from singing or dancing throughout the entire show.
Would you like to hear us? Would you like to hear us sing?
Me? No, you.
Would you like to hear?
It's the DVC crew shouting no again.
Not even. Señor Pussy bajo levante.
Not that one. That one was rejected at rehearsal, actually.
Totally down.
But you know something? We were talking about money problems just before we came out, for a change. Taking a look at some of the wonderful gowns in the audience. I don't think the people are suffering the same way as we are.
No, somehow, you know, the gowns sort of seem to be pseudo Balenciaga, pseudo Ediviotto, pseudo, don't they? All of them. And it reminds me of two friends of mine who won the lottery, the Gibraltar government lottery, not the £20,000 one, or the inducement to pay another 50 pence type one, you know, £50,000, you know, that one. The big one, the really El Gordo, fat one, that one. And also, oh, thanks, you remembered. I can never forget. Not this gentleman's pools either, Mr. Gold's pools. You know, he's got pools. But they won loads of money. And he says to her, he says, "Aye, Charlie, where are we going to go for the holidays?" He said, "Look, don't worry." He says, "What we'll do is," he says, "I'll get you on the most expensive cruise and take you around the world, twice if necessary, for us to enjoy our money." So they go on board the Ocean Princess that comes into Gibraltar, and they're taken round the Mediterranean and through the Suez Canal and round Horn. Super luxury. Gold plates, knives and forks. She bought herself all sorts of jewels from all the best shops here in Gibraltar, you know. Arcallada. And all everywhere. Dripping with jewels and furs. And they go around the other side, up the African coast, across the Atlantic. There she is every day, fresh flowers in her room. She's having a wonderful time. Mr. Be there. Oh, wonderful. Super.
You get the picture. Does everybody get the picture now?
Wonderful. But they get to the coast of America and all the way down the coast of North America, right down South America, and there she is in the lap of luxury. Oh, she's having a marvellous time. And they get to the River Plate, and the boat starts going up the River Plate, and it hits a rock underneath. And she says, "Oi, Charlie, look, the boat's starting to go down. We're going to see the river from underneath." I give you adelante. But we do have some rather special clothes to show you now on some rather special ladies. Our evening gown section, or at least theirs. Would you please welcome our 18 beautiful young ladies on stage once again. Contestant number 1, Nicole.
With a fine leaf pattern. Her gown is full length with a drop waist. It has a broad neckline with a discreet ruffle and short gathered sleeves. Shoulder, and it doesn't have the matching straps it was supposed to have yesterday. She's covered in sequins. The dress is figure-hugging with a contrasting netted flounce to the floor. And as long as a beautiful satin bow finishing off the gown at the back of the waist. chosen this evening is made in white crepe de chine. It has a sweetheart neckline with stylish padded shoulders and full-length sleeves. As she walks, I'm sure the gentleman will notice that the dress is split on the right-hand side. The trimming on collars and cuffs is in white sequins. And as Geraldine turns, you can see that the back is cut in a V shape with a fine sequin cross strap.
Contestant number 17, Alison Pons.
Brightening up the stage now, Alison in a fuchsia pink silk gown with a very subtle crocodile print. It's worn off the shoulder with very dramatic puffed sleeves. Figure hugging to the hip, it sports a gathered skirt to the ankle.
Contestant number 3, Genevieve Duran.
Genevieve has selected grey taffeta for her special night. This stunning dress is blocked in black velvet. It's strapless, close-fitting with a flounce and has a Spanish look raised hem.
Number 16, Joanne Andrades.
Joanne's obviously been talking to Nancy Reagan because the colour she's chosen is Nancy's favourite, it's red. It's full length with a gathered flounce. Her gown is off the shoulder and is drawn together at the front by a sparkling Diamante clasp.
Contestant number 15, Carmen Dorsey. I beg your pardon, contestant number 4, Christine Dean.
Another friend of Nancy's, Christine Dean, is swathed in red chiffon. This strapless gown is balanced by a wrap worn at the neck and in matching material. This stylish chiffon dress is ruched from tip to toe.
That was contestant number 4, Christine Dean. Contestant number 15, Carmen Dorsey.
Carmen is treating us to a flash of electric blue. The shoulders on her gown are padded and the sleeves short and rather spectacular. We have a daring neckline plunging to the waist where it meets a sequined belt. And in case you hadn't noticed, the top of the dress is also decorated in the same blue sequins. The skirt on Carmen's dress sports a diagonal frill from waist to toe.
Contestant number 5, Debbie Burkitt.
Royal blue is Debbie's choice now. An elegant gown with a sweetheart neck drawn into a diamond shape at the top. The skirt is split at the front to a little bit above the knee.
Contestant number 14, Jenica Dawes.
Jenica is introducing us to a new neckline now. It's the halter. Her chosen gown is in silver lame. The neckline plunges dramatically to the waist. And at the waist, the dress is ruched with an effective veil of material falling to her feet and concealing a split skirt. As Jenica takes her leave of us, you've probably noticed she's backless, or at least the dress is.
Contestant number 6, Gina Victory.
Gina is wearing a rich red satin. The sleeves are dolman, which to the layman means full to the elbow and fitted to the wrist, so I'm told. We have a simple deep round neckline, but trimmed in red sequins. At the base of the dress, that all-important frilly flounce.
Contestant number 13, Anjette Jones.
Anjette brings us our first three-quarter length dress. She has chosen black jersey with a fitted bodice. neckline extends into covered shoulders and dolman sleeves. The skirt on Anjet's dress has 2 tiers, dipping at the front and slightly shorter at the back. And if you look carefully, you might spot tassels on both sides of the dress.
Contestant number 7, Caroline Wanon.
Caroline takes to the stage in a stunning black dress patterned with gold. The bodice is close-fitting with 2 rows of matching eye-catching buttons to the waist. The padded shoulders extend into a double sleeve, complemented by a braided peplum over an ankle-length skirt. As Caroline leaves us, you can hardly fail to notice that the skirt bears an attractive split.
Contestant number 12, Joanne Alvarino.
Joanne is covered in crisp white satin. Full-length sleeves and fitted bodice complement a skirt split at the front and trimmed effectively in silver sequins. The back of Joanne's gown contrasts with the higher neckline at the front.
Contestant number 8, Tatiana Desoiza.
Tatiana is floating in black silk crepe de chine. The sleeves are more than full length, they reach the tips of her fingers. Well, I don't think I'll describe the dress anymore.
Contestant number 11, Sabina Tonna.
Sabina makes her entrance in royal blue satin. Her gown bears 1 diamante strap and an impressive bow at the front, also trimmed in diamante. It's ruched to the hip where it flows into a full skirt. And the back of Sabina's dress is scooped across the shoulders.
Magdalene Gilbert.
Gwendolyn sneaks in now wearing a black silk gown. It's ruched from the neckline to the knee, and there it falls into a gathered flounce. Eye-catching diamante trim has been used as a contrast to the rich flag.
Contestant number 10, Karen Felice.
And last but certainly not least, the lovely Karen brings us a glimpse of black flecked in gold. With a square neckline and full-length sleeves, her dress is decorated in bugle beads. The hip is accentuated by a soft belt drawn together at the front. And you probably can't see them, but Karen is wearing matching shoes.
Aren't they beautiful?
They are beautiful.
Oh,
We didn't leave for that.
they're so lovely. Ladies and gentlemen, those 18 young hopefuls to represent Gibraltar in London in the very near future in the Miss World contest. But unfortunately, all good things must come to an end for some of us at some time. It's really a soft pedal to tell you that even though you're going to be seeing the 18 young girls again and again and again, I'm delighted to say, the judges have the unenviable task of, from now, selecting only 9 of those contestants. The number of girls that have come on the stage is so great that, as the producer said, after the interviews and everything else that we've got to do, we'd probably be here until Monday morning. Not that you or me would mind, I mean, you know, it would be wonderful, but that is what has been decided by the organization this year, that 9 of the 18 lovely young ladies will be chosen in an elimination round, which is now. So could we just see those beautiful young 18 ladies, all from Gibraltar, on stage, please?
You are the love of my life. I knew it right from the start. The moment I looked at you, you found a place
Contestant number 13, Anjette Jones. Contestant number 14, Jenica Dawes. Contestant number 15, Carmen Dorsey. And our ninth finalist is Alison Pons. Our 9 lovely finalists for Miss Gibraltar 1988.
Before David gives us the opportunity to chat with the girls, I'd like to say a big thank you to the 9 girls who are now behind the stage, who've been working equally hard over the past few weeks to make this such an exciting competition. Thank you.
Could I now please call on contestant number 2, Geraldine Trinidad, to join us. Geraldine, good evening. You're very excited.
Yes, really very excited.
Tell me a little bit about what your side of the profession as a bank clerk entails.
Well, I work in the securities department, and I deal mainly with the customers who come in to buy or sell shares, stocks and shares in the markets.
My, what a responsible job. You've also got hobbies apart from the hard work you do. What are they?
Well, my main hobbies are aerobics and modeling, although I do try and share my boyfriend's main hobby, which is car racing. And, well, the hobby I like best is modeling. I've done quite a bit of modeling here in Gibraltar and in Spain. I work as...
I know that you've also modelled for The Bulletin, one of Gibraltar's local papers.
Well, that's right. I came out as the first cover girl, and then a few years ago I did a hair fashion show, and I really came out with a fantasy hairstyle. I modelled, it was similar to a tail of a peacock, and it was really, really exciting.
And you have an ultimate aim apart from banking and modelling?
Well, yes. My ambition since I was very young was to enter the Miss Gibraltar, which I have achieved, and I think I've enjoyed myself tremendously. And my ambition now is to go to UK and be trained to become a professional model. And if I become successful enough, I'll come back to Gibraltar and run my own modeling agency here. And like this, I will give the opportunity to young girls and boys who would like to take modeling as a career.
Boys modelling as a career?
Yes, of course.
I better start breathing in. Thank you very much, contestant number 2, Geraldine Trinidad. Contestant number 6, Gina Victory. Gina, my darling, there are several roads you'd like to follow because you're a student at the moment. Tell us about them.
Well, just now I'm starting my second year at business college, where I study business in all general aspects. And I'm also privately learning sign language to help the deaf and dumb. And hopefully, if I'm lucky, I'll be able to go next year as a guest to a deaf and dumb school and maybe extend my knowledge in this area.
How fantastic. Which sport do you like watching? Because that's one of your hobbies.
Mm-hmm. Well, you see, due to my father's involvement in boxing, it's the sport I watch most, but not necessarily enjoy. I watch very little, but I enjoy very much diving, water skiing, swimming. Anything really to do with the water or sea attracts me very much.
an outdoor girl. Now, another love of your life is drama. What do you hope to do in that direction?
Well, a few months ago, I wrote to several colleges all over England, asking them for prospectus, pictures, anything really to guide me. And I was very impressed with the Rose Bradford College of Speech and Drama, and hopefully I'd like to go and join the college.
We wish you all the luck and love in the world. Gina Victory, contestant number 6, thank you. Contestant number 8, Tatiana Desoiza. Tatiana, hello, darling. Very excited?
Yes, very excited.
Away from the humdrum of market consultancy, which is your trade, how much training did you have to undergo to become a market consultant?
Well, David, my training started, it's a travel industry, really. It started in London. I trained it for it there. But most is done here in Gibraltar, mixing with people and convincing them how wonderful Gibraltar is.
Do you taste other places apart from Gibraltar?
Yes, up the coast. I taste a lot of up the coast tours, and in Gibraltar mostly.
And you get people to taste Gibraltar, of course?
Of course.
How much of you is really in modelling, which is another of your loves? Because wherever we work together, you're always there, modelling the clothes that are put upon you so beautifully.
My modelling started as a way of relaxing after work. I've been doing it for several years now, so I guess that's how people come to know me and ask me to model for them.
How many times a year are you asked to do that kind of thing?
Millions.
Which areas of modelling would you like to concentrate on?
Couture fashion I like, because you have the chance of wearing the latest fashion, even though my bank balance won't let me buy it.
The clothes you're wearing today certainly belie that. Tatiana Desoiza, thank you very much indeed. Contestant number 8. Contestant number 10, Karen Felices.
Good evening, David.
I'm going to ask a very impertinent question, and I hope that the judges will forgive me. Can you tell us about your breeding habits?
Well, actually, we are talking about breeding reptiles, which is one of my hobbies. It actually stems from my job as a lab technician, and I carry it out sometimes at home or whenever I can. I usually breed or try to breed reptiles because they are the most difficult to breed in captivity at the moment, apart from birds. At the moment, I haven't had any luck whatsoever, but I keep on trying.
You also try with arachnids, spiders. Yes, they're also very difficult to breed in captivity, aren't they?
Yes, especially scorpions, which one of them actually escaped the other day in my lab, and I still haven't found it, so God knows where it's ended up in.
Lali Ganesh had better watch out. You're not allowed to have any venomous snakes in the school, are you?
No, not at all. Not in any school, apart from what I know in Britain.
Let's move from that, snakes, to asps, and asps to Cleopatra, and Cleopatra link her in with your other love, which is Egyptology.
Yes, I'm very interested in Egyptology and anything to do with the ancient Egypt history. I usually research and read anything that comes into my hands.
Do you believe in reincarnation?
Yes.
Because the last love of your life and your ambition is to do something very special. Tell us about it.
Yes, one of my hopes in life would be to actually spend a week or a month, as long as possible, in a tent in the middle of the Valley of the Kings in Thebes.
On your own?
Yes.
Can I come and be your mummy?
Of course, if you want to.
Karen Felices, thank you very much. Contestant number 10. Contestant number 12 is Joanne Aldorino. Joanne.
Good evening.
You look stunned. You look stunning. You told me to make you to laugh. Tell me a little bit about the aspects of your job you enjoy most as a bank secretary.
Well, I like typing very much, but I prefer working on our computers. I've been communicating with our head office in New York and getting to know all our programs and menus. It's very interesting.
Menus? I mean, oh, I see. Those. Which hobbies do you have, and which relaxes you most, do you think?
I have 2 or 3 hobbies, and they all to do with trying to keep fit. So every day after training, jogging, swimming, dancing, whatever, I go home, have a nice cool shower, and then just relax listening to music.
Music relaxes you. Has the Miss Gibraltar contest relaxed you?
Well, believe it or not, I'm not nervous. Well, just a little. I thought that I would have been more nervous.
I'm delighted you're not, because I'm going to ask you now the qualities you feel make a good secretary and what your ultimate ambition would be.
I think that total reliability, getting on well with the people you work with, and then shorthand, good typing qualities, speaking 2 or 3 languages, and politely to your customers, getting to know how to use a computer, and of course being an expert at making tea or coffee.
And ultimately, where would you like to practice all these wonderful skills?
I'd love to go to the Bahamas.
¿Dónde está la niña?
I'm sure that I'd meet lots of people there, gain more experience, and at the same time enjoy the nice and sunny weather.
My darling, you brought some sunshine into our life this evening. Joanna Aldorino, contestant number 12. Thank you. Contestant number 13 is Anjet Jones. Anjet, last time we spoke, you were waiting for your final results. Can we talk about them or not?
Yes, you can. Well, I sat my A-levels at the end of June, and then I did pass my A-levels, but with not the grades I was supposed to get, so it means I just can't go over for dentistry.
Oh. But you're not going to leave it there, are you?
Oh no, I think that I deserve a second chance, and I should give it to myself, so I plan to repeat sometime either in November or in June.
Well done. Now, you seem to, from your list of hobbies, weight training, aerobics, squash, badminton, to be a very active outdoor miss. How difficult was it to balance sport and leisure activities with your studies in the lead up to your exams and the Miss Gibraltar contest, my goodness?
Well, for my exams, they took a very second place in my life, whereas usually they are very important. But for the Miss Gibraltar, well, I just took some time, went to the beach, also did some exercise, and then came for my rehearsal, so it was a very full week.
You don't look a bit exhausted, does she? Not a bit. You like to be a dentist, as you mentioned a few moments ago. What special qualities do you feel you're going to need to acquire to realize that ambition?
Well, I think one must be able to put people at ease and be able to talk about different things and leave them as passive as possible.
I'm sure that the gentlemen here wish you not those crowns, but a crown. Thank you very much indeed, Anjet Jones. Contestant number 14 is Jenica Dawes. Jenica, you look stunning in that silver dress. Is it worn for a special occasion?
Well, it's my parents' 25th wedding anniversary, so I thought I'd wear it for them.
Congratulations to Mr. and Mrs. Dawes. A daughter silver wrapped, you lucky lot. Tell us a little bit, please, about your time in Africa.
Well, when I lived there, the worst bit was traveling for 11 hours in the plane. But the best bit was getting lost in Luango Valley.
Did anybody find you, or did you carry on being lost, or did you want to be lost?
Well, we got a flat tire, and there were lions everywhere. So we waited till some gamekeeper came along, and he helped us fix the tire in about 1 minute.
1 minute flat, she said. Flat tire, very good. What about the wildlife itself? Were you interested in that?
Yes, it's beautiful. I'd love to draw them, and they're beautiful.
You like to draw them?
Yeah, I'm very interested in art, and just drawing, looking at the wildlife and drawing them is wonderful.
I understand you have an Indian friend called Tattoo in the family.
Well, she's 7 foot tall.
7 feet tall?
Yeah, she's an Indian python.
Another one with reptiles. Where'd you keep her?
She's in a tank, but she gets out, and we have to find her.
And that's in Gibraltar?
Yes.
Mummy. Art and cycling. You mentioned art and travelling. Where would you like to travel and what would you like to paint?
I'd like to go Euro-travelling to Italy and see the architecture there. I'd like to paint the buildings and see all the old artworks there.
We hope your dream comes true. Jenica Dawes, contestant number 14, thank you. Contestant number 15 is Carmen Dorsey. My darling, hello. Are any of your bosses here tonight?
No, I don't think so.
Well, if they're watching television, boo. Right. How do you manage to wade through and make sense of all that legal jargon as a typist with a law firm? And are lawyers difficult to cope with?
Well, I don't really work with the legal side of the practice, but I work for the company's department, and it's also a very difficult and busy job.
How many companies do you have to look after? I mean, hundreds and thousands.
Yes, loads and loads.
La culpa la tiene Mr. Bosson. How compatible do you think your hobbies of dancing, art and horse riding are with your hopes of becoming a successful model? And why do you think that is the case?
It is very easy because I combine my hobbies of dancing, horse riding and art with my ambition of becoming a fashion model, because horse riding will keep my legs in shape. And dancing will give me a sense of coordination, posture, and art will relax my mind.
Perfect combination. How's that? You love watching Formula One racing. Which team would you like to be part of and why? Tell the truth.
Honda Williams, because my favorite drivers are Nelson Piquet and Nigel Mansell.
Shh. Carmen Dorsey, do you think you're ever going to become a Formula One driver?
I wish I could.
I hope that your wish comes true. Carmen Dorsey, contestant 15, thank you.
Thank you.
And our final contestant is contestant number 17, Alison Pons. Alison, no te alejes de mí. There we are. That's a bit better. What does your work entail as a store's standards controller?
Well, it's very difficult to try and handle women older than you, especially when they're above 40 and you're only 18. But apparently I try to get through to them in a friendly way, and it's working.
Are you a bit bossy?
Not really. Sometimes you've got to do it, because if not, they won't pay attention to you.
How do you progress in that job?
Well, how did I progress in the job? I used to be a sales assistant for 2 years there, and apparently they changed all the system around. The supervisor's got a different job now, and they promoted me to a controller.
Fantastic. Now, you like swimming, jogging, listening to music, and I understand you were at a whale of a party the other day, and you came to grief. What happened?
Well, I was sitting on a stool, yeah, and someone opened a door behind of me, and I fell straight into a glass door. I broke it with my shoulder.
She broke her shoulder, she hurt her nose. Can you notice anything? Look at this, for goodness sake. Thank goodness the glass didn't cut you, my darling.
It did.
Oh.
The thing is, it's healed quite quickly. In 10 days, it's a miracle.
How do you feel your business skills are going to develop? Are you going to have your own going concern, do you think?
Yes, I think I will. I'll try to get to... I would like to have my own business one day as like a boutique or something. And I would like my workers to work and give me something in return.
I'm sure they will. Let's give her a big hand clap as a return. Contestant number 17, Alison Pond. Our 9 young hopefuls. Don't they look glorious, Alison?
Ladies and gentlemen, the 9 finalists, each hoping to represent Gibraltar at the Miss World contest in London.
And now we have news for you of the prizes that are being gained here this evening by these young ladies. Miss Gibraltar 1988 will receive
£1,500 in cash plus a voucher for £1,500 to spend at Selfridges in London.
2 return club class tickets, I got it right, Alison, to London.
First time. No, you made me forget everything now. 3 nights in a top-class hotel in London.
£500 spending money whilst in London.
And a champagne night for 4 at Stringfellows.
And finally, a trophy donated by the Minister for Tourism.
The first princess and the runner-up to Miss Gibraltar will receive a cheque for £1,000.
2 return flights to London, 3 nights in an hotel, plus £300 spending money while she's in the United Kingdom.
And a champagne night for 2 at Stringfellows.
And a trophy donated by Pegasus.
Our second princess, we haven't finished yet, our second princess will receive a cheque for £500.
And a trophy donated by Merlin.
Now, in addition to these 3 important titles, we have another award. This is for Miss Friendship. As you know, the girls have spent several weeks together, and they've each cast a secret vote for the girl who they feel has given most in terms of thoughtfulness and friendship. This trophy has been donated by William Gomez, our producer, and Merlin Productions.
And there is an innovation this year. Isn't something new, right? It's, I don't know whether you know, but the Gibraltar Chronicle, according to it, is the oldest newspaper in the world. According to my research, they are the 2nd oldest newspaper in the world, and I think I'm right. They have decided that they would like to give a prize to the young interviewee who came through that grueling experience the best. And we have the editor of the Gibraltar Chronicle with us here in the audience, and he's going to decide which that young lady is. The trophy will be presented later. Thanks to the Gibraltar Chronicle for that innovation.
And now the judges have entered the most difficult part of the evening when they have to select the second and first princesses and Miss Gibraltar 1988. So whilst the marks are being totaled, we have a very special treat for you, don't we, David?
Yes, we do.
Wonderful.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a very, very difficult task for those judges, and we say thank you to them, but we'll be giving you a better thanks in a moment. First, I'd like to transport you, if I can. Imagine that the set behind us is a large chandelier, and that you're watching GBC television and the program A Man and His Music. That man and his music has brought a great deal of joy to many people, not just on this rock of ours, but our brothers and sisters up the coast in the Costa de Plenty. And we want you to imagine that we go either to Florence, or to Rome, or to Vienna, or to any other part of Europe where the waltz was born. A piece of music that's been specially composed for the Miss Gibraltar tonight. Let's transport you then to a ballroom and the 18 contestants, hopefuls for the Miss Gibraltar contest 1988, with their very own song.
Shining bright makes tonight the Feel my heartbeat, every beat is music. Hold my hand and together let's dance. Fly with me through the night on a moonbeam. 'Cause tonight everything seems to shine. Feel my heartbeat, every beat is music. Hold my hand and together let's dance. Fly with me through the night on a moonbeam. 'Cause tonight everything seems to shine. And deep down inside me, I'm feeling so special. Can it be true that this night is my night and its magical moment is mine? Feel my heartbeat, every beat is music. Hold my hand and together let's dance. Fly with me through the night on a moonbeam. 'Cause tonight everything seems to shine. Feel my heartbeat, every beat is music. Hold my hand and together let's dance. Fly with me through the night on a moonbeam. 'Cause tonight everything seems to shine. The night like tonight makes a dream, makes a song, makes you love life more. If you really want, you can turn things around, change the world tonight. So now that I'm here and the stars are so near me, it all seems true that this night is my night and its magical moment is mine. This is my night and its magical moment is mine.
Bravo! Ladies and gentlemen, the members of the DSA Old Time and Modern Sequence Dancing Group. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
I'd like to know that tonight is especially composed for Miss Gibraltar 1988 by our producer William Gomez, Guy Palmer and Ronnie Israel.
Well done. We'd also like to say a very big thank you to those 5 people who so patiently sat up in the pseudo-gods to choose our Miss Gibraltar 1988. Judges 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. God bless you. Thank you.
And if you'd like to have the opportunity to see our 18 lovely contestants once again, you'll be pleased to know that on Wednesday night, each of them signed on for Sports Aid, the race against time, which, as you know, is being held tomorrow. They'll be there in full force at Naval Ground number 1 at 5 p.m, so make sure you're there.
Even if you're wobbling, but for goodness sake, be there. 5 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, Naval Ground number 1. I'm now going to ask all the young ladies who've taken part in the Miss Gibraltar 1988 contest to join us on the stage once again. Ladies, would you join us, please? how they've all blossomed.
Now, before we find out who's going to become Miss Gibraltar 1988, I'd like to welcome to the stage the departing Queen, Miss Gibraltar 1987, the lovely Mighty Sanchez.
Miss Lovely, living an emotional moment. My dear, what have been the highlights of your reign as Miss Gibraltar 1987?
Well, I found all my year very exciting, especially traveling to the Far East to represent Gibraltar in the Miss Universe pageant. And I'd also like to say that tonight is a very special moment for my successor and myself, and I'd like to wish her the best of luck. I'd also like to take this opportunity to thank my parents, the Gibraltar Tourist Office, and everyone that's helped me throughout this wonderful year. Thank you.
The Minister of Tourism to help us present the prizes, the Acting Chief Minister, the Honourable Mr. Joe Pelcher.
Mr. Wilshire.
Going on a summer holiday, no more working for a week or two. Fun and laughter on a summer holiday, no more worries for me or you, for a week or two. We're going where the sun shines brightly, we're going where the sea is blue. We've seen it in the movies, now let's see if it's true.
Ladies and gentlemen, Alison is going to very kindly tell us who Miss Friendship 1988 is. If you remember, we told you that the girls themselves had chosen the one amongst them all whom they'd like to choose as Miss Friendship for her kindness, her help, and her joviality during the months that they've been rehearsing for the Miss Gibraltar contest. And she is. Bravo! And now, before we go on to the coveted and new Gibraltar Chronicle Trophy, we would like to present 2 bouquets of flowers to the lady judges who've so kindly sat through the whole performance this evening and decided on our Miss Gibraltar. Oh, I say. Oh, Mr. Editor, Mr. Cantor, sir, this is wonderful. Gibraltar Chronicle, Library Gardens, Gibraltar, of the Rocks Daily Newspaper and Printing Works, established in 1801, have decided that contestant number 10 came through her interview best, Karen Felice.
to the young lady of the three who has been chosen to be second princess to Miss Gibraltar 1988. Oi, que nervio. In third position, second princess to Miss Gibraltar 1988, contestant number 10, Karen Felices.
And now the first princess and runner-up to Miss Gibraltar. Contestant number 13, Anjet Jones.
And could I just mention the Miss Friendship Trophy, which was presented by the Minister for Tourism, was jointly presented, bought by Mr. William Gomith and the Minister for Tourism. Thank you to Willie and to the Minister. This is the envelope. And this is the name. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Gibraltar 1988 is contestant number 8, Tatiana Desoiza. Final goodbyes, we must say a big thank you to a gentleman without whom this whole show and retrospective Miss Gibraltar shows would never be possible. Can we say a very big thank you to the man who's behind it all, Willie Gomez. And also to a young lady who is not with us tonight, even though she is in spirit, and wearing some earrings which the young ladies gave her just before she left for London yesterday. A former Miss Gibraltar, Ni Lara, I'm talking about Michelle, now Michelle Randall, who has coached these girls through to the success you see on this stage tonight. Michelle, thank you, and we miss you.
Goodbye to Mighty Sanchez, and thank her for being such a wonderful Miss Gibraltar 1987. And hello to Tatiana Desoiza, who we wish all the luck and happiness in the world. We look forward to the pleasure of your company, along with the rest of the Gibraltar and the Gibraltar Tourist Office, to whom go a great deal of thanks, in 12 months' time. Until then, as they'd say in China, 再见, ciao ciao chi, ciao pichi, adios mi alma.